Okay.
We're just trying to go back to the way, because that map had made some changes that weren't right. That map had changed the whole bypass.
I think that's what you,
Yes.
so it's going back to the original, I think we'll be all right.
But it's got all of Mr. Cannon's property changed to commercial
Mr. Cannon,
on the south side of the bypass, where McDonald's is.
yeah.
And he's never had that rezoned.
Well, he's actually not in the city.
Yeah, part of it is.
The only part that's in the city is that part that's in the
McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's commercial.
But looking, when you had it yesterday, it didn't have John Leach's on there, right? Casey,
I'm sorry?
did they have John Leach's on there yesterday?
No, and we've actually gotten the survey today and we've got the minutes where the zoning was approved, the changes were approved, with the planning commission, all that stuff. And we've got to get the boundaries for the property that was actually, all that road, the east side of that road was ag, pretty much. We got to get boundaries for what the intent, what that actual 275 acres is. What was
That's a special meeting just before we.
Well, we just need to look at it. You just need to walk by and look at it and tell Casey what you think it would be.
Yeah.
So she can research. Like Kidsville in town is residential.
Keep in mind, this is going to go through the public hearing process. It'll go through a public hearing process, planning commission, and us. We're just trying to get back, the map that was adopted in, I think, 2004 was somewhat wrong. I mean, that's pretty much right. We went back and found the map prior to that, and we're trying to take the one that we had before the 2004 map, go through the planning and zoning recommendations, and go through the minutes and see what was approved or denied, and make changes from that.
Who made the map before 2004?
We have it now.
We want to read it before we adopt it.
It's right here.
Well, if you go back to the map, so the second map, when we adopted the second map, we said it needs to be fixed to be like the old map.
Well, see, we had one in 2004 something, we put out a future use, possible use for certain changes.
Well, I think what happened is that the map in 2004, like Jim said, it had a stipulation that it would be approved, but there were some changes that had to be made back to what it was. Because when they brought it to us, we all made these points in the meeting. And then it went back across the street to the county. They changed personnel, and the map was placed in storage. And that's when we made a diligent effort to find it, and the county was helpful, and we found it, the map, and that's what they're trying to bring it back to, is my understanding.
Right.
And
That's their intent, that's what we would probably want.
All right, let's go back to the map prior to
that's what we're trying to do.
Casey's got that map, and she's got that map, and then she's trying to make changes from then to now.
So we can get it digital, if we can get it digital, and we won't have the problem of where the map goes. Anybody can look at it and find it.
And that's a smart thing to do.
So, look at the map.
How many public hearings are we gonna have on?
It'll be in the planning department, it'll be there for 30 days.
The planning and zoning commission meeting, there will be a public hearing at our meeting. So we'll actually go for 2, plus, we'll actually have to, just because we're having a public hearing on zoning, they'll have to publish it for 2 weeks in the paper and put up the sign notices around town.
Because I was so better if we brought it back and forth, but that way it gives everybody enough time. But some people are pushed for their time.
Yeah, just look at me, but there's some changes to be made to it. Mr. Kitchens, do you have anything?
Just a clarification of an interpretation that I had originally. Reading through the policy the city has, there does not have to be a specific grievance in order for somebody to come before the committee.
Okay.
If they just have any concerns, would like to be talked to, that's the way it reads.
Okay.
So.
Ms. Long.
Under general maintenance, the railroad will be closed this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. They're going to redo the track.
Ain't gonna do it like Robert E. Lee's Road?
I know that's It's a little bumpy. But
Now, they do their part good, it's smooth. We just have to reset.
anything's better than what we have right now.
Is it gonna be the entire stretch or just right here in downtown?
I believe just right here in
The
downtown.
crossing is what they're
The
redoing.
crossing.
It's actually just across from
the court.
Just across from.
Okay.
Communicate that, or?
They announced it last month.
It was in the paper too.
Yeah.
It was in the Albany.
But it was announced last month, and everybody got ready to do it, and it decided it was gonna rain, they canceled it. So,
It was
So if it
raining.
snows, maybe.
They got rained out. School holidays, they got rained out.
I'll get it up on my site too. So,
all right. Mr. Wilson.
This police department?
Yes, police department, got anything?
Maybe try. No, I don't, and unless the chief got something to bring forward.
No, sir.
All I know, and they're doing a good job. I don't have, we never had any complaints or anything, but we appreciate it, chief, the job you're all doing, and keep it professional.
Yeah, we got some good guys.
While you're talking, Daniel, on finance.
Finance, the only thing that I might have on, finance went over, a couple of times over the budget, and so far as our intake, that's good, about average. And expenditures are a little high in December, but due to payroll and so forth. But overall, I think we're online. The only thing I can't really control, and I love you, Brother Ronnie, is I'm having a hard time. We are budgeting for engineering fees and so forth, which I know are absolutely necessary every time we do something. And I'm not blaming you, it's just a matter of conversation. And one other thing, Casey, I wanted to ask you about was that the finance director, I believe, with the county, occasionally they visit us, and she was saying something about last Friday was the deadline for the splosh being in the paper.
Yeah, we missed that deadline.
We missed the deadline, but is there any penalties or any?
No, Heather and I talked yesterday.
Oh, you did talk, okay, well, okay.
I think we've got our.
Okay, that'd be great. That's no problem. But other than that,
Mr. Bush, you have anything?
Ronnie, you want to tell us some good news?
The only thing we need to do this month, I think, we've talked about this watershed protection plan for the last 2 or 3 months, is we need to go ahead and adopt it so that we can submit it to EPD. The only question that last time was, we got that monitoring that has to be done yearly, and the question was, when would it need to be done? And the answer is, it can be done in the second half of this year so that you can put it in your next year's budget and it'll be paid for out of next year's budget. So you can go ahead and adopt it now, and then, it works on a calendar year, so you got, you can do monitoring anytime in 2010. Well, let me back up. There's a window when some of this monitoring has to be done. On the years when you do biological monitoring, it has to be done between August and October, I think it is, every year. But that's still within your budget year that you, and it will be like billed over a 2 or 3 month period. It won't be one. The company that does it will bill you monthly as they proceed with the work, so it won't be all paid in 1 month.
you got any idea what this, if we adopt this watershed, what it will cost us in our new?
The monitoring, every year you'll be required to do chemical monitoring on these streams, and it's, if I remember correctly, it was $28,000.
I think it was roughly 20 odd years, 38.
And then on odd years, you got to do chemical and biological monitoring, and then on those years, it was 31, 32,000, something.
Yeah.
Plus, that's the major out-of-pocket expense. There will be some.
Is this federal or state mandated that we must? Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is, in order to get